Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to our broadcast for the boys contest as they are set to kick off their season against the Checotah Wildcats. The boys come off a season where they were the undefeated in conference play NOAA conference champions last season in 21-22 in the 21-22 season. They were regional champions. And Brad, then they had two cracks at going to the state tournament and just came up short. But they're coming off back-to-back area appearances. Both times they've had a crack at the state tournament.
Yeah.
And so this season could be the season that you finally see them break through. They are led by Michael George, who was the NOAA Conference Coach of the Year. They return the Conference Player of the Year in Cody Petrie. They have Tyrus Teehee coming back, the big man, the big junior, who was newcomer of the year in the conference. And then Kalima Ramirez and Antonio Wolf, a couple of seniors who are starters, are coming off a third-team all-conference selection last season. They defeated Checotah in both contests last season. Brad, what's the expectations this year? As much as we said about that girls team that they were a young team, but they're a big-time experienced team. This team is led by a bunch of seniors this year, and you know they're hungry, coming off back-to-back area tournament appearances and wanting to push through and get to that state tournament.
Absolutely, Tyler. And as we mentioned on the girls broadcast, high expectations for both teams this year. With that area, had two chances this past year at area. Lost the first one against Holland Hall, the second one against Victory Christian on that Saturday night game. But expectations are high. I think they're the favorites to win the NOAA conference again.
Yeah, and you would think Muldrow is probably the main competition there as they return Trendon Collins on that team. But yeah, I agree. I mean, they're enrolling traditionally is always a tough team as well. So, but you got, like you said, they got to be the favorites this year, especially coming off an undefeated conference season last season.
Yeah, and I'm kind of looking forward to seeing who is going to fill that the role off the bench is kind of voided by the departure of Ethan James. He always came in and gave Coach George some great minutes. And then, of course, losing the starter that you did, two starters that you did in seniors, Kyler Forkiller and Caden Lee. So
a lot of shots and a lot of points, point production to fill there, losing those two guys as they were big-time offensive players for the last year's team. But
well, one thing that we know to be true about Coach George's teams, Tyler, and that is they're not afraid to shoot the three ball.
No.
And they have plenty of shooters that are capable of doing it and doing it at a high level. So we're going to go ahead and get started here with the starting lineup for the Checotah Wildcats. Starting at guard, a 6-foot sophomore, Elijah Thomas.
And he's a big-time football prospect.
Next up is a 6-foot sophomore forward, Maddox Bridges. Number 12, Tyler Orman, is a 6-foot guard. Number 21, RJ Womack, is a 6'1" forward. And then rounding out the starting five is a 5'9" guard, sophomore Tyler Korn. They are coached by Jason Dowdy. Assistant is Malcolm Warrior. So now, ladies and gentlemen, we will get to the starting lineup for your Stilwell Indians.
And Brad, mentioning Elijah Thomas there, he's a big-time football prospect for the Checotah Wildcats. He already holds offers as a wide receiver, but he's already holding offers from Arkansas and Oklahoma State. So you know he's going to be a fantastic athlete, and I'm pretty excited to see what he has on the hardwood.
Absolutely. Starting at guard, number 2, Cole Kimball. Next up, number 13, Kalima Ramirez. Starting at guard, a 5'11" senior, number 22, Cody Petrie.
Returning player of the year in the conference, Brad.
Number 33, Antonio Wolf. And rounding out the starting five for the Stilwell Indians, a 6'5" center, number 41, Tyrus Teehee. Tyler, his mom was really frustrated because he wouldn't come by and get a haircut before the starting game, and I told her, I said, don't make him do that because he's going to look 3 inches taller to the opponents if he doesn't get a haircut. So a little more intimidation here.
Yeah, he really came on last season for this team as he was a big-time presence on the inside. I'm excited to see the growth that he made over the summer. As he's slimmed down some and got more muscular, I think he's going to be a real pill for people to handle on the inside.
Absolutely. So Teehee will face off at half court against number 0, Elijah Thomas.
So here we go, set to tip. And we are underway for the Stilwell Indians opening contest against the Checotah Wildcats. Petrie running point for the Indians. Kimball with the ball on the wing, going to go to his left, swinging around the top of the key. Ramirez gets into the lane, going to put it up. Runner good. A lot of contact, no call both ways.
I thought it was a good no call, Tyler.
Elijah Thomas bringing up the ball for the Wildcats. Goes to his left, kicks it out. 3 ball away. Good. Wildcats answer with their own 3.
Got to be ready to close out there, Tyler.
Petrie with the ball. Gets it inside to Teehee. And it's going to be stolen away by number 23, Tyler Korn.
Yeah, double team came quick on that one. Teehee's got to get the ball out.
A young team for the Wildcats here. Gets it into the lane, kicks it out. Little prayer thrown up there, going to be saved. Teehee gets the steal. Kimball bringing the ball up for the Indians. Ball inside, back to Kimball. Kimball for 3. Good!
Big shot there by Cole Kimball to get this game going for the Indians. Pushes their lead up to 5-3.
Thomas with the ball up top. Swings it over to Korn. Number 11 drives Bridges. Going to be a travel on Bridges. Turnover. Going back the other way.
Officials timeout as Thomas ties his shoes.
5-3 in favor of the Indians. 6:21 remaining right now in the first quarter. So just underway here. Petrie with the ball. Over to Ramirez. A little bit of a pressure here from the Wildcat defense. Petrie with the ball, gets it inside. Going to be stolen off the bad pass. Thomas quick down the court. Lays in, is no good. Kimball right back at him. Fast-paced game here. Step back jumper. No good. Rebound going to be controlled by Stilwell. Kick out to Kimball. Kimball for 3. Good! Couple of 3s for Cole Kimball now early in this game. 8-3 in favor of the Indians.
Great start here by Cole Kimball, who was a reserve player last year and is stepping into that starting role nicely.
Yeah, he's one of the ones they're looking at filling that Caden Lee, Kyler Four-Killer void from last season's team. There's a travel that was missed. Thomas with the ball, drives it inside, going to lay it up on the glass. Good.
A good finish there to cut through the defender's mid-air, Tyler.
Petrie with the ball on the far side. He gets it all the way to the rack, and it is good on the lay-in. Nice move to get to the rim by Cody Petrie. 10-5 in favor of the Indians. Approaching the 5-minute mark here in the first quarter. Thomas with the ball up top, over to Korn. Korn gets it inside. He's going to back it back out. He's going to kick it over to Bridges. Yeah, Bridges will throw it away.
Yeah, miscommunication there between Korn and Bridges. We're going to have a substitution here for the Wildcats. Number 10, on Patel checking into the game, a 6'4" guard.
Petrie running point for the Indians. 3 ball away, no good. Rebound controlled by Teehee. Gets it out to Kimball. Kimball for 3. Count it! That's 3 for Cole Kimball to start the game.
Keep feeding him because he is feeling it, Tyler.
Red hot to start this game is Cole Kimball. Into the lane was Korn. Korn throws it to Thomas. Thomas able to corral it. Gets it back into the lane. He'll put it up on the glass. No good. Rebound, Teehee. That's where they're going to have the advantage on the inside is Teehee's size, especially on the glass. Inside to Wolf. Wolf up on the glass. Good. Good pass by Petrie.
Yeah, through the contact, Wolf was able to get that 2-point bucket. Felt like it should have been a 3-point play.
Thomas with the ball. It's felt like a back and forth game so far, but Stilwell has a 10-point lead. 3 ball away is good for number 12, Tyler Orman.
That 3-pointer was good for Marble City, Tyler.
Wolf with the ball up top over to Ramirez. Ramirez gets it into the lane. Up on the glass and good.
Finished by Kalima.
Everyone not named Cole Kimball is doing an excellent job of taking it to the rack. Cole Kimball's just saying, I'll do my stuff from the outside. Bridges with the ball on the wing. He's going to go to his left, and he will get fouled and count it.
Good finish there by Bridges through the contact.
But you can definitely see he was not comfortable going to the left. You got to keep forcing him that way.
I'm sorry, that's Tyler Korn.
Korn at the line trying to complete the 3-point play, cut it to a 6-point lead. It is up and good. 17-11 in favor of the Indians. Ramirez gets it, tries to get it inside. Ball is stolen.
Yep.
Thomas in the open court. Good job by Kimball. And they're going to get a foul. Man, he is fast in the open court.
Yeah.
Foul was called on Cole Kimball, I believe. They're saying inbounding on the baseline.
And on the pass here from Ramirez into Teehee, that ball needs to be elevated a little bit more. Teehee had the size advantage, Tyler, on his man, but you got to let him make a play on it. So we'll go over here to Korn at the top of the key. Over to Patel. Back to Orman.
They're playing some matchup zone type defense right here. 2-3. Good. Oh, almost stolen by Cole Kimball. That one is stolen by Teehee, though. Good job by Stilwell in executing that zone defense. Up ahead to Petrie. Petrie going to think about the 3. Inside to Teehee. Good hands. Over to Wolf. Jumper's no good. And that will be staying with Stilwell.
Last touch by Orman for Checotah. Ball will be inbounded by Cole Kimball.
2:41 remains here in the first quarter. Stilwell up by 6. Good entry pass to Teehee, and he finishes on tough one from the block right there.
Thomas bringing the ball up for the Wildcats. Gets it over to Patel.
That is a double dribble that was not called. Deep 3 from Orman. No good.
Good rebound there by Wolf. Up to Ramirez. Great pass.
It's got to be quicker, yeah. Brad. It's got to be quicker. It's the right decision. It's just you got to be faster with it.
Checking in for the Wildcats, number 24, Dylan Robinson.
Teehee comes out. Kimball comes out.
And Maddox Bridges is checking back in for the Wildcats as well.
34 for the Indians comes in, and so does number 4. That's Keller Hitcher and Francisco Sanchez. Hitcher for 3. No good. Rebound Ramirez. He's going to get tied up underneath. That'll be a jump ball. Going back to Checotah.
Yeah.
(19-11) in favor of the Indians so far. About 1:50 remains here in the first quarter. Thomas with the ball up top for the Wildcats. Number 12 for three. That is number 12, Tyler Orman from downtown for the Wildcats.
He's a shooter, Tyler. You're going to have to get a hand up every time. Ramirez with the drive.
Right by him and lays it in.
Good answer there by Ramirez. Minute 20 left to go here in this first quarter. Very fast-paced first quarter, Tyler.
Ball into the lane, kick out to number 12, 12 for three. That's no good. Rebound Sanchez. That'll be over the back, called against 23 Corn. 59 seconds remain.
Great job there by Sanchez to have position on the rebound. He'll inbound it to Cody Petrie. Walk the ball up.
Under a minute remaining here in the first quarter. Sanchez with the ball up top. Nice pass into Wolf. Jumper up.
Too strong.
Going to get a jump ball. That should stay with Stilwell.
Great job there by Keller Hitcher to tie up the ball.
I'd like to see Wolf catch. He caught it underneath the basket. He needed to be a little bit stronger and try to get it up on the glass right there. Not a good decision on the inbounds play. Ball knocked out of bounds. We'll stay with Stilwell, though. Sanchez, nice ball fake. Kick out to Ramirez. Ramirez gets into the lane. They're going to get an offensive foul, lowering the shoulder. .35 seconds remain. See if Checotah wants to hold for the last shot or if they'll just play their offense. Number 24 with the ball up top over to Thomas. Thomas looking to get in the lane. He throws it over to Corn. That's going to be another foul on Ramirez, and that's two.
Yeah.
This is indicative a little bit of Ramirez last year. He's a very aggressive player, but there's times where you got to harness that aggression. Thomas with the ball up top.
Under 10 seconds left to go here in this first quarter.
Orman with the ball over to 24, Dylan Robinson.
Bridges on the drive.
Puts it up on the glass, no good. And that'll do it for the first quarter.
Yeah.
As it is 21-14 in favor of the Indians. It was fast-paced, and it was a lot of tough points scored for both teams right there, Brad.
Yeah, it was. Every time it looked like Stilwell would get on a run and maybe try to pull away. You got to give credit to Checotah. They'd come down the court, hit a big basket. Most of the time it was Mormon, Tyler, from deep.
Yeah, he had 9.
Yeah.
But you can, if you're on the Wildcat side, you're saying the same thing. As like, guys, we're 7 down, but we let Cole Kimball hit 3 threes on us at the beginning of the game, and you're able to kind of weather that storm initially. And Brad, this roster that when we look at it for Checotah is littered with sophomores and freshmen.
Yeah.
Literally 2 juniors on their roster that was given to us, and one of them isn't playing tonight, and the other one hasn't came into the game yet. So, and there's one senior who's not in who's out as well. So I mean, you're talking about a sophomore and freshman team, and they've been pretty impressive so far.
They really have, and Tyler, I'm not sure that we saw a lot of these guys last year.
No.
And it's probably because they were freshmen. So very impressed with the group that Coach Dowdy and assistant Malcolm Warrior have put together here in Checotah.
Yeah, I mean, the one name I knew was just from following football recruiting, and that was Elijah Thomas, the 2025 prospect. And as I said, he's a good enough football player that as a sophomore he holds offers from Oklahoma State and Arkansas. So pretty impressive so far.
Well, and his speed has been impressive from what we've seen.
Oh man, he's an explosive player. So Checotah will start with the second quarter with the ball right here. Little dribble handoff. Corn in the lane, going to put the jumper up, no good, but he will go to the line for 2.
This will be a foul on Cody Petrie for reaching over the top.
That'll be his second, Brad. See, George trusts him to play early in this second quarter with those 2 fouls, because if he gets 3, you're going to have to bring him out. First one's no good for Corn. He knew that one may not go in. He started backing up as soon as he shot it almost. So Corn gets set for the second. It is up. That one looks better, and that's good. Cuts the lead to 6. Petrie with the ball for the Indians. Petrie into the lane, gives it to Wolf. Wolf up and good. Nice drive and dish by Cody Petrie, and good finish by Antonio Wolf. Lead out to 8.
A great unselfish play there by Cody Petrie on the drive.
Corn with the ball up top, 3 ball away. It is high arcing and good. Big time shot by Tyler Corn.
Yeah.
And timeout. Timeout Wildcats, as that cut the lead to 5 with 7:19 remaining here in the second quarter. 30-second timeout. Brad, this team, the Checotah Wildcats, has shown that they're not scared to shoot it.
No, they're definitely not. And as I just said at the break, Tyler, anytime the Indians seem to get momentum, got that lead back up to 8, Corn comes in and hits a big 3. So I have a feeling this is going to be a back-and-forth battle all night long, Tyler.
This was, I mean, Brad, honestly, Stilwell handled this team very easily. Obviously we didn't go do the broadcast at Checotah, but when we had that game called here,
right,
it was over by the first quarter.
Yeah.
And this is, I'm pleasantly surprised to see how good this team is compared to last year's team. And they're a team that will make some noise. And I'll say it right now, they're a team that can make some noise in this conference play. So Petrie with the ball. Corn on defense. Over to Hitcher. Hitcher for 3. No good. Rebound Kimball. Up and good. He'll go to the line. He said, I've done it a few different ways. Let me go get 3 this way.
Just a tremendous effort in showing tonight from Cole Kimball through the first 9 minutes of play, Tyler.
So trying to get 3 the old-fashioned way is Cole Kimball. And it is up and good.
He's got 12 on the night.
Elijah Thomas bringing the ball down for the Wildcats. Ball goes off the hands. Corn for 3. No good. Rebound Sanchez. Over to Kimball. Kimball has Thomas defending. Petrie with the ball now. 3 ball away. No good. Rebound going to be controlled by the Wildcats. And that is Bridges, I believe.
Great job there.
No, Orman, I'm sorry.
Great job there by Antonio Wolf knocking that ball away. Ball inbounded to Thomas.
Nice play there by Orman to get into the lane. Jumper no good, though. Thomas with the rebound. Gets it back into the lane. Dumps it off to Thompson. Or Robinson, I'm sorry. Bridges with the ball thrown into Robinson. And the behind the back dribble stolen. Up ahead to Sanchez. And good.
Yeah, good finish there by Francisco Sanchez.
Good pass by Wolf.
Pushes the lead up to 10 for the Indians. With under 6 minutes to go here in this first half.
Largest lead of the night, Brad. Thomas with the ball over to Robinson. Now Corn in the corner. And that is Bridges that takes on inside off the hands of Orman and out of bounds. And that'll go back to the Indians. Hitcher with the ball.
That just goes to show the importance, Tyler, of a pass being on target.
Yeah. Wolf for 3. No good. Rebound Sanchez. Good job. He will. Oh, stolen. Nope. Stolen back. And laid in by Hitcher.
Good finish there by Keller. Hitcher. Lead up to 12 now for the Indians. Thomas will bring the ball up for the Wildcats. Indians in man.
Corn goes to his right. You know he doesn't like to go to the left. I'll be trying to force him to the left as much as I could.
Yeah, we saw him with that awkward right-hand finish from the left side.
Oh, Thomas into the lane. Kicks to Orman in the corner. He tries to get it back to Thomas. It's stolen. Good pass to Petrie. Petrie's going to get it into the lane, and he lost control. Yeah. Now Thomas up in the open court. Bridges has got a piece of it. Oh, that's going to be the third foul on him, Brad.
Loose ball foul on Cody Petrie. That will be
4:30
against Maddox Bridges.
4:32 remaining right here.
Yeah. So we're going to have a substitution for the Indians. Sanchez will take a break. So will Petrie. Into the game will be number 11, Connor Long. Number 41, Tyrus Teehee.
Checotah with the ball. Orman does get it into the lane, kicks it to Korn. Korn goes baseline. Floater up, no good. Teehee with the rebound. Three ball away for Kimball. No good.
First miss of the night for Cole Kimball.
Nice job by Wolf on the backside there with the tip in for two. Pushes that lead to 14. Largest lead of the night for the Indians by far. And that's going to be a shuffle of the feet on Korn. Ball going back the other way. And it's back and forth as this game has felt. Stilwell starting to put a little bit of cushion in between them and the Wildcats.
So, full timeout here.
3:48 remaining. We've got a full timeout. Stilwell up by 14 with a score of 32-18. Foul situation right now. Stilwell has 5 team fouls, and Checotah has 2.
The big story, Tyler, of the 5 team fouls for Stilwell is the 3 that Cody Petrie has picked up here in the first half, which means we most likely won't see him till sometime midway through the third quarter, I would guess.
I would anticipate that he probably lets him start the third quarter, but if he gets that 4th foul, you won't see him until the 4th. But if Stilwell keeps at this pace, I mean, he may not be needed in the 4th. We'll have to see if Checotah can mount a little bit of a run here to get this game close again, as Stilwell's been able to put a little distance between them and the Wildcats. Another part of that, Brad, is out of those 5 team fouls, Ramirez, another starter, has 2. And if he were to get a 3rd, then you have 2 starters in big-time foul trouble.
Yeah. Hey, one of the things that kind of like the girls' team, Tyler, and we've seen with Coach George, is he's not afraid to go deep into his bench either, especially during conference play. Last year he went 8-9 deep. Mm-hmm. So I'm sure he has some guys out there. Braden George checking in. So there's a lot of talented guys on that bench. I'm sure they can fill in spot minutes if needed. But ideally, you'd like to have your starters available and not be on the bench due to foul trouble. Ball inbounded here to Braden George with 3 minutes and 45 seconds left to go here in the first half.
Connor Long also in for the Stillwell Indians. Hitcher for 3. No good. Thomas with the rebound. Back on the court for the Wildcats. Good. Oh, almost stolen by Hitcher. Korn over there on the wing.
They've got Teehee out front guarding Orman.
There's really not anybody for Teehee to match up against. Korn from the corner. In and out.
No good.
The rebound goes to the Wildcats. And that Thomas saved that from being intercepted.
That was about to be the other way.
Teehee says, not in my house.
Yeah.
.303 remaining here.
Tyrus is not a man of many words, but the little grin he gave after blocking that shot said all it needed to say. So, under 3 minutes to go.
Korn gets into the lane, going to put up a floater. No good. That's going to be a charge.
Great job there by Braden George holding his ground and taking the charge from Korn.
I feel like I'm watching Kyler Ford Killer because similar hairstyle, same number.
And again, there's that youth we're talking about. Braden George, just a sophomore. And a great cross-country athlete, Tyler, in his own right.
Yeah. Kimball tries to get it to Teehee on the roll, but he kicks it out to Kimball for 3. And in and out. So that's a couple of straight ones that have just tried to go down but creeped back out. 32-18 still with 2:26 remaining.
I'd be pressing right here. They were close to 10 seconds, I feel like. Braden George will pick up Thomas.
Trying to force him left, Brad. And that'll be a turnover as that goes through the hands of number 21, R.J. Walmack. .210 remaining.
For the last couple of minutes, we've been stuck here at this score of 32-18.
And Stilwell's really still in time right now with 3 of the starters on the bench. Over to Hitcher. Hitcher for 3. That one's no good.
I'd like to see Stilwell, while Checotah doesn't have any size out there, try to work Tiki down low, see if they can get him some looks.
Wolf about to re-enter the game for the Indians. They're going to get a foul on Hitcher.
So that's a 16 foul for the Indians. One more, and they'll be the one-and-one. Be in the one-and-one bonus. Checotah will be.
Thomas with the ball up top. Oh, George just misses that one. Corn into the lane, going to swing it around the top. Thomas kicks it out. 3 ball away, no good. Thomas with the rebound, going to put it back up.
Blocked by Cole Kimball. Almost stolen by Connor Long.
That is stolen by Cole Kimball. Up ahead to Teehee, unable to save it. That will go back the other way. Minute 12 remaining here. 32-18. We've been stuck at this score for a few minutes now.
Ball given back to Corn at the top of the key.
Poked away by Wolf. It'll stay with the Wildcats though.
Official timeout. We've got some moisture over here on the floor where Teehee went down. So we're going to get that addressed real quick. 52.9 seconds left to go in this first half, Tyler, and it's been a very fast-paced back-and-forth game with Stilwell finally stretching their lead out here to 14 with just under a minute to go.
Well, with that said, Brad, it was a 21-14 first quarter, and now the second quarter has only been 11-4. And so not a lot of offense in the second quarter. A lot of that can be contributed on Stilwell's end to foul trouble with some of their starters.
Yeah, and Cole Kimball's had 2 good looks, Tyler, that just didn't go down.
Yeah.
In and out. We have a substitution here for the Indians in this last minute. Kanan Meek, starting quarterback for the Stilwell Indians football team, is checked into the game.
Good job by Braden George. And no good, but the putback no good. And Thomas able to get the rebound up ahead to Corn. Corn's going to get that up on the glass, no good. He gets his own rebound, kicks it out for the 3 ball, and that goes down. So 15 seconds remain. Lead cut to 11. George into the lane. Jumper up and no good. Patel with the rebound over to Thomas. 5 seconds.
George on Thomas.
3 ball and over. He's total on the line. No good anyways. 32-21 at the halftime. Brad, what's your thoughts?
Again, as I said just about a minute ago, very fast-paced game, Tyler. I know the scoring did slow down, as you mentioned. What ended up being a 11-7 second quarter. But overall, I felt like Stilwell looked good. Be kind of curious to see if they don't go more inside in this second half, because I felt like they missed a lot of good opportunities considering the size advantage that Teehee has.
Yeah. Yeah, you would expect them to try to work Teehee in the post a little bit more. I felt like that outside of, obviously those early threes by Kimball kind of got them going, but they were best, Brad, whenever they were attacking the rim and getting the ball up on the glass. You saw in that second quarter, you saw them settling more for that three-point shot and not attacking the glass a little bit more. They have a size advantage, and so whenever you put it up on the glass, they're going to get a lot of putbacks just because of if you miss it, they got the size to get the rebounds on the backside.
Well, and we know a lot of the guys that don't quite have the size of Tyrus Teehee, they can still jump out of the gym.
Yeah.
So I agree with you. I think if we can get the ball down low, whether that be driving, dribble drives, or getting it on fast break, we didn't really have a whole lot of fast break opportunities either, Tyler.
No.
One of the things I mentioned about Teehee is even if the ball if it goes just through him, he doesn't have to be the one to score. But if it goes through him, he's going to get that attention drawn to him, be able to find an open man. So
absolutely. So about 8:30 remaining here in halftime. We'll be back right before we are about to start the second half and get you set for that. So just stay with us, and we'll be back in a few minutes. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We are about 2.5 minutes away from the start of the second half here. Stilwell leading 32-21 over the Checotah Wildcats. It's been an entertaining game so far. It's been fast-paced. But, Brad, it kind of slowed down in the second quarter there in scoring anyways. We'll see if that scoring picks back up at the pace that it was in the first quarter here in the third quarter. But Stilwell is opening their season tonight with this game against Checotah. They'll be on the road the rest of this week, though, as they go up to Veneta for the Veneta Big Dog Shootout on December 8th through the 10th. Tournament participants in that include Miami, Grove, Lincoln Christian, Claremore, Jay, Veneta, obviously, and Pauls Valley. Out of those participants, Claremore made it to the quarterfinals of the 5A state tournament last season, and Veneta made it to the quarterfinals of the 3A state tournament last season. And we know Lincoln Christian was a quality program, as that was, I think, still will split 2 contests with them, correct?
Yes, in tournament play both times, yeah. And then we also know from last year, Jay's a scrappy team. You have to watch them.
Yeah.
So that'll be a good tournament, a good tester for the boys team as they get their season started after tonight's home contest. And then, of course, we'll be back here next Tuesday night against Salisaw.
And that game, that opening game for the Stilwell Indians in that Veneta Big Dog Shootout will be against the Miami War Dogs. The tip for that game is scheduled for 11:30 on Thursday morning at Veneta. So if you're wanting to catch both games, you should have plenty of time to go up to Veneta for the boys game at 11:30 and make your way back down to Fort Smith for the girls game at 7 o'clock.
And I do believe, Tyler, that if you can't catch the boys game in person, I think it will be broadcast on NFHS.
Okay.
All right, so the intermission is ending now. Just under 15 seconds left. And Stilwell won the opening tip, so Checotah will get the ball. No, I'm sorry. Stilwell will get the ball because they won the opening tip.
All right, so here we are, second half underway here at Stilwell as they are hosting the Checotah Wildcats. Stilwell gets into their offensive set here. Oh, he had Ramirez right there on the block. Just missed him. Petrie into the lane. Runner is up. No good. Rebound, Thomas.
He's off and running.
Yeah, he ain't wasting no time as he takes it down, but that should go the other way. Yep. And Antonio Wolf said, not today, sir.
Great timing there by Antonio Wolf, too, to not get frazzled as Thomas is running after him and timing his jump in the block.
Kimball on the wing has Thomas guarding him. That was a bad pass stolen by number 11, Maddox Bridges. Corner up top for the Wildcats. Gives it over to Thomas. Thomas with the ball on the wing now. Gives it to Corn. Corn drives. Not much there. Over to Orman. Swings it over to Bridges. Bridges is going to drive to his right. Tries to get it over to number 21, R.J. Walmack, but stolen by
Good find there by
Wolf.
Antonio Wolf to Kalima Ramirez.
Wolf with the assist. Ramirez with the lay-in. Pushes the lead to 13.
Thomas over to Orman.
Picks pocket. No good on the finish. Nice pass. No good on that finish. Up ahead to Thomas. Is going to be stolen by Teehee, though.
Great job there by Teehee locating the ball.
Some sloppy play for the last couple possessions. Petrie, no good on the jumper. That's going to be over the back against Ramirez.
So that's going to be his third personal, Tyler. So now we've got 2 Indian starters with 3 fouls to their name, Ramirez and Petrie.
So Thomas will get the ball and bring it up for the Wildcats. We're about the 5:45 mark. Two points, the only points scored in this third quarter so far. Orman from 3, no good. Teehee with the rebound. Runner no good. Petrie with the rebound. Somebody's got to get going for this Indian offense, and that's going to be thrown out of bounds.
Luckily, it was deflected off of Checotah. There was a miscommunication there by Wolf and Teehee.
Timeout, Coach George, as he's not happy with the start to this third quarter. Brad, what's your initial reaction so far?
I mean, you used the best word I could use to describe it, sloppy.
Mm-hmm.
On both ends, and by both teams. They just kind of seemed like they went into halftime and took a nap. And they're just now waking up. Neither team is playing with the intensity that they started this game out with, that's for sure. So hopefully an impassioned speech here by Coach George will get the guys going in the right direction and right the ship, and we can push this lead out, kind of cruise through the fourth quarter.
Yeah. So 34-21, 5:07 remaining here in the third quarter. 2 points by the Indians are the only points scored so far in the third quarter, as we're about 3 minutes into play. Stilwell inbounding on their own baseline. Wolf from the corner for 3. No good. Rebound. Stilwell. Kimball has that rejected by Thomas.
Thomas will bring the ball up for Checotah. Drive through
Lays
the
it
lane.
no good. Put back no good. Checotah controls the rebound. Goes in. That would be Bridges, and he's going to get fouled by Cole Kimball.
Yeah.
That will be Cole's first personal.
So Bridges at the line to shoot 2.
First one is up and good.
First points of the game for Maddox Bridges.
Leading scorer, it looks like, for the Wildcats is number 12. That would be Orman, I believe. Second one is good.
Yeah. So lead back to 11 for the Indians, 34-23.
Ramirez on the wing. Drives into the lane. Kicks it out to Wolf. Wolf's going to swing it to Kimball. Kimball for 3. In and out, no good. Follow, no good. Another follow, no good. Wolf with another offensive rebound. He puts it up, going to get fouled, and it will fall. So he'll go to the line for an and one opportunity.
If at first you don't succeed, try again. Finally on that fourth putback from Wolf, he's able to convert, and the free throw is up, and it is good. So lead back to 14 for the Indians.
Ties their largest lead of the night. Bridges for three. Good.
Deep three.
Cuts it to 11. Petrie with the ball. Gives over to Teehee. Kimball with the ball now. Ramirez drives into the lane. That's going to be an offensive foul. That's number 4 on Ramirez.
Yeah.
He keeps lowering the shoulder, Brad.
So Coach George going to the bench and will...
If you know it's already been called once or twice, don't keep doing it because it's obvious the refs are calling it.
Yeah. So Coach George taps Keller Hitcher to come off the bench for Ramirez. Ball will be brought up by Elijah Thomas.
Bridges with the ball. Gives it over to Orman. Orman gives it back to Bridges, who's going to drive to his right, gets to the free throw line. Jumper's no good. Rebound Petrie. They missed the hand check there. He's going to drive, put it up, and no good. But it will be a foul, and he will go to the line for 2. Petrie with a quiet night offensively so far, with only 2 on the night. You'd expect him to get going at some point.
Yeah. First one up and good for Petrie.
Second one coming, and it is up and in there. So that gives him 4 on the night. And the Indians push that lead back to 13. Thomas with the ball up top for the Wildcats. And that's going to be stolen by Hitcher, and he should have an easy lay-in. And that gives the Indians their largest lead of the night at 15.
That's what we talked about at the break, Tyler, is Stilwell not forcing any of those turnovers and getting those easy transition baskets, but one there by Keller Hitcher.
Back cut by Bridges, gets it in the lane, kicks it out to Orman. Orman drives to his left, stolen by the Indians, and they're off in transition now.
Good hands there by Wolf. Hitcher's going to bring it back out.
They have him on the inside. Size advantage, definitely. Oh, that's easy, Brad. Too easy.
Great move there by Tyrus Teehee.
You got to keep going back to that. 17-point lead for the Indians.
Yeah, nothing against R.J. Womack standing at 6'1", but he just doesn't match up to Tyrus Teehee down low.
Stolen again by the Indians. That's 3 straight turnovers forced. Petrie's going to get fouled.
Yeah, and I know he picked up the foul, but he's got to get rid of that ball sooner. He had Teehee down there already for an easy 2.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, substitution coming in for Checotah, number 24, Dylan Robinson. Number 23, Tyler Korn.
Back to Kimball. They're going to get it on the inside. Teehee, he puts it up and good. Fish in a barrel, Brad.
Good entry pass there from Kimball. Pushes the lead out to 19 for the Indians. Just under 2 minutes to go here in this third quarter.
Not much activity, just a lot of running around and dribbling around. And
Be a travel called there on Maddox Bridges. You're right, Tyler.
4 straight turnovers for the Wildcats. And Stilwell's turning it into points.
Am I right? Have they only scored 2 points?
5.
5. I'm sorry. Yeah, it was 21, right. Okay. So just under a minute to go here in the third quarter. Keller Hitcher has the ball over on the wing, gives it to Teehee. Free throw line. Cole Kimball from deep. Short. Going to get it over the back on Keller Hitcher here.
53 seconds remain here in the third quarter. Still up 45-26, 19-point lead. Definitely the largest of the night for the Indians. They've been able to turn some turnovers lately in this quarter into some points, as they got 13 in the quarter. Thomas with the ball up top for the Wildcats. Into the corner. Corn drives baseline. Not much there. He's going to kick it out. Jumper from the free throw line. In and out. No good. Teehee with the rebound. And Hitcher catches it off the deflection. Kimball from 3. Good. That's his 4th of the night. 10 seconds remaining.
15 points here for Cole Kimball in this game, and he leads all scorers.
Thomas into the lane, kicks it. Pass is intercepted. And that'll do it for the third quarter, excuse me. That is a 48-26 lead for the Indians as they outscore the Checotah Wildcats in that quarter, 16-5, to extend that to a 22-point lead, Brad.
Yeah. Hey, Coach George is here at half court to get an explanation from the refs about what the call against Ramirez is, what they're looking for, trying to get some clarification so they can make those adjustments going forward.
It could go both ways. I can see where they're calling the foul, but I can see where Coach George is like, he's just trying to get into position to pull up and shoot, and he's not being allowed that position. So I can see both arguments there, and it's really a judgment call by the official, and I think George is trying to just get an explanation of where's that happy medium between what we want to do and what you're calling right now.
You see that foul called when the arm extends out. When you can see that gap there and the arm extend out on the defender, that's when you typically get that offensive call.
And I think it's because of where they're seeing it and why they're calling it. I think it's in my opinion, it's how, and it's not a knock on him or anything, it's because of how aggressive and how physical he is when he drives. It does look like he's trying to pop the defender in the chest with that shoulder, but I mean, that's just because of how powerful and how physical he is when he's driving the ball.
He's also got a good 30 to 40 pounds on the majority of these defenders he's going up against, too.
Yeah, I mean, he's a strong kid.
All right, so ball will be inbounded by Orman here for Checotah to start this fourth quarter with the Wildcats trailing the Indians by 22.
Connor Long on the court, so is Francisco Sanchez.
Good drive there by Thomas. There's that speed, Tyler, that we talked about.
So the only starters on the court for the Indians right now are Cody Petrie and Tyrus Teehee.
Checotah starting out this quarter with some pressure.
Connor Long with the ball, gives it to Petrie. Petrie for 3. In and out, no good. Rebound. That's where you got to be like, where's over the bag?
Yeah, and we're going to get a call here. Over the back on Elijah Thomas. Connor Long inbounds the ball to Teehee. He's going to shoot a corner 3, and it's good. Good setup there by Teehee and Long. Get that open look.
That's a young man that could carve himself out a role as a reserve, especially this season, Brad.
You know, one of the things I love about Stilwell, Tyler, is the multi-sport athletes that we have. Connor Long, a great athlete in soccer, too.
Yeah.
We saw a lot of these guys when we were calling football games as well. Drive there by Thomas.
Good
shot.
Good athletic move to get to the rim. Just couldn't finish it right there. Teehee.
Yeah.
Fish in a barrel, Brad.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, none of these guys stand any taller than 6'1" that we've seen out on the court tonight for Checotah, Tyler.
He can score anytime he gets it on the block. No one's going to stop him. It'll take double teams or just poking it away. That's going to be a travel. Yep.
Travel on number 23, Tyler Korn.
25-point lead for the Indians. The game's kind of gotten away from the Wildcats, but I'll still echo what I said in the first half. This team's got talent.
Yes.
And they're going to keep developing as young players, and they're going to be something to reckon with whenever you get later in this season.
3 here from Connor Long is good again.
That's the second one. Warman going to drive to his right, gets in the lane, runner up, and no good.
You get a foul here on Teehee, I believe.
.552 remains here in the fourth quarter. Stilwell up by 28. Make it 27.
First one is up and good by Orman.
Second one up and no good. So the lead will stay at 27. Hitcher with the rebound. Up ahead and long. He's going to take it. No, he thought about it. Passed it up. Got it. Teehee inside to Sanchez. Nice pass to Hitcher. Hitcher with the jumper. And it rolls around and goes down.
I wouldn't have had any heartburn with Long taking that 3 after making these last 2.
No. I'm sure he's got the green light right now. Thomas crosses over, gets into the lane, kicks to Orman. Orman's going to drive, blocked by Teehee. Hitcher comes to bail him out down there and get the ball and bring it up and set up the offense. Braden George with it on the wing. Deep 3 from Hitcher. No good. Rebound. Thomas saves it.
We're
going to get travel. Checotah faithful not happy with that call.
We're going to have a full timeout here.
So 58-29, Brad. It's a 29-point lead for the Indians. They really took control of this game about midway through the third quarter, I'd say, and have kind of just, you've seen the separation happen since then. And
yeah,
and the fact of the matter is, Brad, is that we have not seen the best of this team. I would say what we have seen tonight is about B-, somewhere in that area.
Yeah.
And because they're not firing on all cylinders like we've watched them toward the end of last season or middle of last season. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's the first game of the season. I mean, you're going to have to shake off some rust and get some of the cobwebs out and all that stuff. So,
give me a grade.
What?
F to A. Give me a grade tonight of their performance overall.
I think B- is
okay. That's fair. I was going to be a little harsher. I was in the C+ range. Just because you know the talent this team possesses,
yeah,
and what they're capable of.
I think mine comes from a fact that we've seen them play at probably about a B-plus level for stretches tonight, and we've seen them play at probably about a C level at times.
Yeah. Bad turnover there by Hitcher.
Mm-hmm.
Easy bucket for
Up ahead to
Checotah.
long. That's going to be a travel that's missed. Nope, they call it late. 4:24 remains here.
27-point lead for the Indians. Some substitutions across the board here for Checotah. Checking into the game, number 22, Camden Miller, number 5, Weston Brown. Joins Bridges, Robinson, and Thomas.
No one's home on that pass.
Shannon Catron was home, but she has quit playing. It's the previous game. That's a ball inbound to Braden George as the clock ticks under 4 minutes to go. Good find there by George.
That's a double dribble that got missed, Brad.
So Teehee will score the bucket for 2. Lead back up to 29. About to check into the game for the Indians, number 3, Keegan Hallmark.
Teehee has 10 on the night. Sanchez with the rebound, gives it over to Long, who will set up the offense for the Indians. Up ahead to Hitcher. Nice pass on the entry, and Teehee finishes.
There's just nothing Dylan Robinson can do, Tyler.
It's like taking candy from a baby. I mean, what are you going to do with that, Brad?
Yeah.
I mean, he had leverage, he had position. He's bigger, he's stronger.
Thomas with the drive and kick. That's good. That's a
good three ball from Robinson.
Yeah.
Like, the only thing you could do whenever you're facing that kind of player is you can try to front him and hope that you have backside help. But we've seen them beat him on a front defense, too, so far.
Yep. Turnover here by Connor Long as he tried to get the ball over to Hitcher. Bridges got away with the travel there. Gets the ball to Thomas.
Nice little spin move into the lane. No good on the jumper, though. And that will be a foul.
Thomas. Good job controlling the rebound by Sanchez.
2:31 remaining in the game. Stilwell with a 28-point lead.
Good minutes tonight by Connor Long and Keller Hitcher off the bench. Those are 2 guys that I expect to see a lot of minutes from.
Yeah, I think you could see, I honestly think you could see Long kind of fill that Ethan James void left from last season's team, and Hitcher can help fill some of the void left by Kyler Forkiller.
Yeah. Good look there by Braden George.
Ooh.
Fortunately wasn't able to convert. We're going to get Sanchez with the foul. It's 2 minutes and 4 seconds left to go here in this game.
Under 2 minutes now.
We're going to get a timeout here by Checotah as Weston Brown was trapped.
So we have about a minute 50 left in the game. Stilwell is up, as we said, 28 points. What's the positives you've seen tonight, Brad?
I like that we still have a lot of depth.
Yeah.
We've seen him go into the bench, and there's definitely some talent there, so that bodes well as you go into this season because it's a lot of games.
Mm-hmm.
You never know who might get injured, who might be out for an extended period of time, so it's good to see that we have people capable of stepping up and filling those roles if needed. I felt like the intensity and energy was there, just like it was last year. Didn't see as many turnovers tonight, and get it out in transition like we normally did last year.
Yeah.
So that's something I know that Coach George will kind of pick up the pace on that pressure, and probably something they'll work on in this tournament. Outside of that, I felt like it's been a good, solid performance from the Indians tonight. A game that they've really controlled since halftime, and now a 27-point game, but one that could have easily been a 40-point game.
Absolutely.
Had the shots been falling. Another substitution here for the Indians. This is going to be number 10, Juan Martinez, into the game. And a miss on the free throw and a putback by Checotah.
Cuts the lead to 25.
Kanan Minka in the corner for three.
Ooh, in and out. Good follow by the big man.
That is Camden Miller.
Under a minute remaining. Number 10 for three. It's good.
Good find there by Stilwell. Juan Martinez from deep. Be a turnover here again. Be a foul on Dylan Robinson. That foul was on Kaysen Dowdy. Haven't seen Kaysen without a helmet on.
Did not know what Kaysen looked like.
Number 21, Jared Eagle, checking into the game for the Indians. Replace Keegan Hallmark.
Oh. Will be thrown out of bounds. 28 seconds remaining here. No good on the jumper. Putbacks up, no good. Under 10 remaining. 5 seconds left. Passes it up, and that'll do it for tonight. Stilwell 65, Checotah 39. Stilwell wins by 26. It wasn't the prettiest of games, but Stilwell did what they needed to do. They got the separation they needed to create there in the third quarter and into the fourth, Brad.
Yeah, and we talk about it not being a pretty game, yet they still won by 26 points.
And that's the standard that this program has set for themselves over the last 2 seasons particularly.
Yeah. And I know that if we were to interview Coach George or Assistant Coach Davis after this game, they would tell you the same thing.
Yeah.
There was a lot left on the court, a lot to be desired going forward. So,
but with that said, Stilwell will be back in action on Thursday morning at 11:30 as they will take on Miami at the Veneta Big Dog Classic.
And we hope to join you next Tuesday night reporting back that both teams still are undefeated, Tyler.
Yep.
After going through these tournaments. But we appreciate you guys, as always, tuning in with us here on StilwellIndians.tv. We look forward to seeing you next Tuesday night, December 13th, as your Stilwell Indians take on the Sallisaw Black Diamonds. Ladies and gentlemen, we hope you have a wonderful evening. Thank you for joining us again, and God bless.